right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to, I guess I could have changed the title of the video for today once I got here, but if you don't know where we're at, not a super sunny morning today. It's actually supposed to rain, and hopefully it doesn't. But if you don't know where we're at and where we're running at this morning, we are at Old Key West, and I've never actually ran here before. So, I'm kind of excited. I don't know really like where the actual running trail is. If you guys don't know, most of the resorts have like a running trail. I'm not really sure exactly if this one even really has a designated one. I'm sure it does. I think there might be a sign over here on the right. So, we can go take a look. Oh boy. Just trying to stretch out just a little bit. I was a little bit behind schedule this morning, getting started. Oh yeah. So I'm just trying to stretch out a little bit. And we are at Old Key West. A little bit of a different place. If you've never been here before, this is Disney's original, very first Disney Vacation Club. Colin, good morning, man. How are you? So this is our first Disney Vacation Club, and if you ever think about renting points and wanting to stay at a Disney Vacation Club resort, sorry, it's still really early in the morning for me to talk. These most of these rooms are the largest rooms that you can get on property for a decent price. So, all right, cool. I found the sign. So here is our running trail sign. We are here. This is the main lobby area. It looks like we're going to go back out, cross this bridge, and run the whole way down and actually do this loop. And that whole thing, all the way back to here, is like 2.5 miles. So that's pretty good. So kind of do one trip out and back. And, we've got like a quarter of the way through on our 10K. So, or a third, really, a little more than that. So let's get to running. Whew. Hold on, wait, I gotta look at the sign one more time. Just double checking. We're gonna go up and we're gonna make our first right and make a loop and come back around. Okay. All right. So good morning, everybody. Again, if you were here last week, thank you. And if you're new this week, I will tell you that it is a little difficult for me to always be able to read the chat. So every so often I'll try to stop if I need a breather and, chat it up a little bit. So if you guys look out past the bridge here, out towards the buildings, all that green out in front that's kind of brown because it hasn't rained in a long time here, that is the fairway for one of Disney's golf courses, which is a beautiful course. Taylor and I have played there before. Really, really wonderful place to hang out and play golf. So, and then you got some people, you just never know. Just never know what you're going to get. So, good morning, everybody popping up in the chat. This is, so today we're doing a 10K. It is February officially, so if you are participating in the Princess Half Marathon or Princess Challenge, whichever one you're doing, and you're running along today, you can use your time today as part of your 10K time. So I don't know if we're going to use today's time, if I'll submit that one, or if we'll wait till next week. We'll wait and see, but again, though, Old Key West here. This is the original Disney Vacation Club resort, and it's still pretty nice. They've done a really good job of the upkeep here. Oh no, I forgot to start my watch. Which means I have to run a little extra now.
Beginning
Oh, there it goes. Whew. So this is definitely not one of the, more magical probably places to run, but it's still pretty nice. And I think maybe next week or something we'll try to hit up the Grand Floridian and Magic Kingdom and stuff like that, because it's a good place to run too. So anybody out there following WandaVision, big episode last night, pretty crazy, I gotta say. All right, I think this is our right, so I hope. Pretty big episode last night. Won't spoil it for anybody, but I'll tell you what, I've not been a super big fan of the Mandalorian series, but Marvel, guys, man, Marvel, they just really have got their stuff together. I'm super excited to see what happens with WandaVision, and then also even see what happens with these new Marvel shows coming out. So, it's exciting. Oh boy. Morning. Yeah, we actually did some photos here a couple months ago, I think now, if I remember correctly. We actually did them back over here, along inside like the buildings with the backdrop, and then we went back, tried to do some stuff down by the water, and they turned out pretty nice. So, all right, so I think we got to go back around the sidewalk and then back around the loop, and then hopefully back around the other side. Carolyn, where are you? Josh, we are at this is really kind of near to hey, morning, how are you? Oh, very good. Are you watching right now? Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Have fun. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, this is kind of like the first time that I've really been here. Okay, all right. Let's see if this goes the right way, y'all. Not sure if it actually does, but so what we're running on right now is more of a golf cart is a golf cart path. You can actually see there's some guys up here golfing right now. They already teed off, so we can't spook them. But it's a really, really nice course here, guys. Oh no, what happened?
Pausing workout.
Oh, dipping out on the stream there. Whew. Sorry, guys. That's a little surprising. Didn't think we would lose that. Especially not here. All right. Should be back. Colin, I think I saw you said, looks like people might still be sleeping. I think you might be right. It is 7:30 here in the States, or a little thereafter now. But early bird gets the worm, I guess, right? I mean, I don't know. So, good morning, Daisy Coco. All right, so I think right here is where we're going to cross back over, because the pavement right here, if you guys are here running, this is only supposed to be, I think, for just golf carts. So only for golf carts right there. So there's a bus that just drove away. We're going to go back out around this loop, and we're going to go head back out. Whew. Matt! Oh man, Matt and I, we just had a good podcast last night for Go Getaways. Talked about our 7 favorite attractions, or our best 7 attractions at Walt Disney World, which was really cool. A lot of fun. Now, it might be a little difficult for you guys to see, but one thing I've enjoyed so far about running here is getting some of the nice views of the golf course over here. The hedges over here kind of covering that up, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but this family's trying to catch the bus, so they're really hustling. But it should wait for them. Oh, they're going to Hollywood Studios, no wonder. And they made it, yay! Oh, everybody except for that guy's wife. She's still hustling back behind me. The other thing I like is the sidewalk goes out around the bus stop area, so you don't have to run through all of the people, which is really, really nice. Whew. Let's see, what do we got in the chat? Candy Mom, hello. Growing Ears. Collegeville, Pennsylvania. Oh boy. Been getting some snow up in PA. JV, good morning from Ohio, where it is 8 degrees. Timothy Rainwaters, hey, I saw you commenting earlier. How are you guys? Still planning that trip for, what was it, like May or June? Oh, I'm starting to feel like it might be getting a little humid out here today. All right, so we are now coming back out and around where we were at earlier. So earlier we turned right here, went down Turtle Pond Road. Now we're heading back. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but this run might be a little bit more beautiful, one, without it being overcast. Number two, if it wasn't wintertime and stuff was kind of dying and everything was a little bit more lush and green. But still pretty nice. Holly, good morning from London. Andrea, classic Disney bus dash. You know, yeah. There were a few times that we had to do that too when we would be staying. I think normally I was at Saratoga because that's normally where Taylor's family stayed. It was a mad rush. Hurry up and get to the bus. We would actually, sometimes, because if Taylor's grandma was with us, we would be, depending on, well, it didn't really matter where the building was at, but what we would do is we would go to wherever the first bus stop was, because her gram normally had a like a little scooter or wheelchair. So to ensure that we made it on the bus, that's what we would do. Because sometimes you just never know. It's a little secret that doesn't just have to work at Saratoga. It can really work anywhere you're at. Find out where the first bus stop is. Surf Bomb Josh doing virtual dopey challenge. No, that is all but done. But I will show you wearing my mask today, as always. But I do have my 2021 Goofies race and a half. So finally got all my stuff. Took for what seemed like forever, but finally got it, which was great. No, actually, I'm signed up for the Princess Half Marathon, and I guess I'm doing a challenge. I wasn't really aware of that. So, it's like the 10K and the half. So that's what I'm doing. And of course, I'm also running because, I've been like needing some inspiration to get out and just run in general and be a little bit more active. And when I did the marathon last year and live streamed the whole thing, it was super inspiring for me to just have everybody there and hoping to cheer me on, and hopefully in some ways I was able to give back to others and have some inspiration for them. So technically this is the end point where we turn around and go back, but let's see if we can maybe dive a little bit deeper into the resort, explore a little more, and then we'll come back. So I need to do some running for the Princess. Now, I'm not signed up for Star Wars, but I think I'm going to continue to do this because I like it. Again, it helps and forces me to get out and be more active, especially on the weekends. And hopefully inspires other people who, like many of you who might be locked up in the Northeast with the cold. Maybe you have a treadmill or something at home and you want to be able to run. You can turn one of these on and follow along. So the goal here is over the next couple of weeks and month to have a virtual run at almost all of the Disney resorts. Now I do need to stop and tie my shoe, it just came untied. Whew. And I'll tell you what, no matter how many times you do it, it is really difficult to run and speak and breathe all at the same time. So Jeff, hello. Just joined. Where are you running at? We are actually at Old Key West. This is Disney's original vacation club. Resort. Something. Yeah, pretty beautiful place. These, the rooms here are the largest of all DVC resorts because it was the first one. And after that, Disney realized that, we can accommodate more guests if we make the rooms a little bit smaller. And that's what they did. So if you're looking for a good, bang for your buck, good value, this is a good place to stay if you're paying cash or even if you have points. Jason, hey Josh, I'll trade your Florida winter for ours up here in Pennsylvania. I will not be trading anything like that. If you guys don't know, used to live in Pennsylvania. I know Jason knows that. And we moved here to Florida to get away from the winters. So I'm all for keeping this weather because even throughout the summers when it's brutally hot, you know, the whole idea of having this kind of somewhat mild winter season is really something to look forward to. So there's another bus stop station right here, so you guys can see. And I really have no idea where we're going, so your guys' guess is going to be as good as mine. But we're at Old Key West. Rachel, good morning. Our family loves to watch you run through Disney. Are you... Sorry. Wait for the bus to go by. Are you watching WandaVision? We are watching WandaVision, and it is awesome. I was just saying a little bit earlier that I have not been the biggest fan of the Mandalorian series. There's really not much sidewalk to run, so I think we're going to turn around and go back to the main lobby. Yeah, I haven't been the biggest fan of Mandalorian. The storytelling wise and the way kind of some of those characters develop, not a huge fan. It's still a great show, but I'm not a fan. Taylor loves it. I am loving WandaVision. I mean, I think I may have said this last week, but and now his name's slipping my mind. What's his name? Who's Kevin Feige, who's in charge of all of Marvel, basically. You know, if at any point there's like some discrepancies with him, I just say back a Brinks truck up to the building and let him take as much cash as he wants, because this guy is intertwining this whole universe so well. It's amazing. So I'm super excited for the two other new series that are coming, Loki and the other one. And then of course, we have the Eternals that are coming up, the movie. So I'm super excited. This whole next stage of whoever these characters are going to be just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So I'm excited. Whew. I think my other shoe's about to come untied. Yeah, I think it's going to be really great. I mean, Marvel, in this whole direction that they have had now for over the last 10 years is amazing. And, I'm almost sour that, because I love Batman and I do really love some of the DC characters, but I'm so sour that they cannot just, get their crap together and kind of do something similar. They tried to do that, and it really did not work well at all. I really enjoyed Wonder Woman, but it's just a shame that it basically ends up being a standalone movie, It doesn't really tie much together in the past or into the future, other than with its previous film. So that's what's kind of disappointing. So, but with that being said, I am excited to see the new Batman. Oh, excuse me. And I always forget his name, but if you guys don't know, he's just starting Tenet. He's in Harry Potter. Somebody in the chat will correct me. Was it Robert Pattinson? I think. So I'm excited for that. The trailer looks pretty good. Yep, I gotta stop and tie my shoe. So we are back at the starting point, so I'm gonna stop up here and set this down. And we're gonna go for another loop. Give you guys I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well, but you can see the running trail right there. Let these guys, thank you. Alrighty. We're back at it, everybody, back at it. Morning. Oh man, but you know what? Speaking of Star Wars, man, what a shame that Disney seems to be letting this virtual Star Wars run be the last run. How super disappointing. That was, you know, I love Marathon Weekend, but I really loved the Star Wars Half Marathon Weekend that we had done a couple years ago. I think it might have been 2017, I want to say. I think it was like the second year that they had it. Man, it was so much fun. It was great seeing all of those characters. And the only thing I could say is hopefully it'll come back in some other form. So, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. Oh boy, lots of people heading back to the lobby, it looks like today. Heading home. So, I think what would make running here even better, right? Make it more visually appealing would be if we could run the golf course, and it's certainly not allowed, but I think that's some really great aesthetics of this place when you stay here is if you can get a room that overlooks the golf course. It's a great place to just get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, sit outside, and, you know, watch some of the guys tee off really well or tee off really poorly. And I would be the latter, because as soon as I know that people are watching me during my swing, it doesn't go anywhere where it's supposed to. So, whew. Adventures by D, you motivated me to get on the treadmill. Well, that's awesome. That was and is my goal with all of this, is to, you know, not only try to motivate myself to get out and do more, but hopefully motivate some of you to get out and run. And, you know, like I said, I've never ran here before, so aesthetically, not the greatest. But if I had my other camera, it'd be a nice shot of that bird right there. I don't know what kind it is. I can't tell. Bob white? No. I'm not sure, but sorry. That's just my photographic and, you know, cinematic mind working while running. Andrea, 6 days for you. Does that mean you're going to be here in 6 days? That's going to be awesome. They're going to have a great time. Even with the masks, you'll still have a good time. You know, enjoy it. During the week, it seems like Most of the wait times have been down pretty low. So, still able to do quite a bit. Oh, Art of Animation during Easter week. Art of Animation is really great too. We'll end up doing a virtual run over there as well. That one is definitely a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. I've walked around that resort quite a bit, so it'll be exciting. So I was saying earlier, this is what I really like about the bus stop areas here, is that even though you have everybody kind of congregating, the sidewalks actually veer off, so you can kind of avoid all of them and run around them. Whew. Cut across here. So going around the loop. Love the Skyliner. Plays a big part of staying there. And the resort is so fun. Love the Skyliner too. It is great. Awesome form of transportation. I'll tell you what though, whatever that was, maybe last week, I was over taking some photos for some agents for the Go Getaways travel agency, so they could use those to post on social media and stuff like that. And I took the Skyliner from the main hub station at Caribbean Beach, and I took it all the way over to Riviera. And of course, like, I could have just walked, but I wanted to ride it some more. And there were some crazy winds. And I got some photos, and then I went over to Epcot so I could take some photos over at Yacht and Beach Club. And, I kind of wonder if there is what the wind limit is for them to not run the Skyliner, or at least put anybody on it. Because, we were really blowing around there for a while. It kind of like made it a more thrilling attraction, right? Some people consider it a little bit of an attraction to get on and ride it around, and kind of like a people mover almost type of deal. But you want to put some thrill into that, you get some like 25-mile-an-hour winds hitting the side of those babies, and you're rocking back and forth like a ship. So, whew. What that, Dave? What a great idea to stream your runs. Yeah, I was saying it earlier that it just it helps to kind of get me out, because it gives me something that I have to do. And whether there's 100 people on or there's 2 people on, I feel invested, and I feel like I have something that I need to do to I feel like I have to do it. People may be counting on me to get out there and run, so whether there is 100 people or no people, it helps me get out, and hopefully it just helps to give back to everybody else. So, and it's a pretty nice place here to run, but definitely not my favorite. And I think when we're done with everything, we can kind of go through and I'll try to rate them all on what's my favorite place to run, what's my least favorite place to run, and I kind of already know what's going to be at the top of the list. I almost feel like this might be closer towards the bottom, but we'll just have to wait and see. But, you know, I do want to say thank you to everybody who's here and maybe just watching along, having a cup of coffee in the morning, whatever. I know it's not the parks, which a lot of people really want to see, but, you know, something a little different. And if you guys know us, I like to try to do things a little bit differently every now and again. So, oh, what I would love to do, love to do would be to do a rundown in the Keys. I've been saying this for the last couple years since we moved down here, and live stream that. That would be so incredible, I think, because they have a couple of different ones down there. Some of them just stay on Key West proper, and some of them kind of go out the bridges where you're running out over the water and come back. So, you know, that would be really cool. But whew, I was, you know, I said this last week. I was very disappointed that marathon weekend didn't go off, but, you know, it's for legitimate reasons. You can't have 20,000 people all corralled next to each other for 3 or 4 hours before the race starts. So, you know, it made sense. Hopefully we'll be back to it again next year. I plan on signing up, which is a perfect transition for, you know, for me to run our own shameless plugs on our channel, which is, if you guys don't know, for the last couple years, all of these runs I've been doing with Dragon Master Foundation, and which has been great. But one thing that I have not liked is having our donation pages tied directly to the running events. So, you know, like, I think it was maybe 2 years ago, it was like I was raising money for marathon weekend, but then all of a sudden I was trying to raise money for Star Wars, and it was hard to get people to like bounce back and forth. So instead, what we've now done in collaboration with Dragon Master Foundation is we have our own separate fundraising page that's not tied to anything. And it gets to be kind of a running count. But the great thing is that when the signups come up for marathon weekend, and we can sign up and start raising money for that, you can donate to that one page, and those numbers will count towards marathon weekend. So, you know, I know some people were given some, whatever you call them, donations in the chat last week. And I really appreciate that. But if you do ever so feel inclined, there is a link in this description. I think it's like gobutter.com/WDW Couple. That's our official Dragon Master Foundation fundraising page. And all of that money goes directly to them. They set it up for us. So if you ever do feel so inclined, instead of doing a super chat, which is the word I was looking for earlier, maybe consider donating to Dragon Master instead. Everything that they do is for pediatric brain cancer patients, and they've been doing super well, making some big moves into some kids' lives, which has been absolutely fantastic. And I'm really proud to be, kind of a part of that. I don't really have anything directly to do with them other than trying to raise money for them, but, you know. So, there's that. I haven't seen him in the chat this morning, but one of our friends who was on our group cruise back in 2020, in January, he does those like crazy ultra runs, and he's been trying to get me to sign up for one. And like, I almost did. And I was like, that's too much for me. I can't do it. So, marathons are probably about all the further I will ever end up going. That's enough torture in and of itself. Oh, almost tripped. All right, so if you guys are new to the chat, we are at Old Key West. We are making our way back to the main lobby. Because the running route that they have here is kind of an out and back, which is fine. I'm more of a loop kind of guy than an out and back guy, but you know, here's what it is. This is one of the bus stations. And over here to our right is the main lobby, where you can enjoy such delicacies as Olivia's Cafe, which actually has really good gravy and biscuits and some good fried chicken. The last time that we ate there, they have a cool pool too, the lighthouse right there. It's pretty cool. So whew. How we doing? We're halfway. We were at 3.2, so just over halfway, but sorry. I'm trying to not be all over the place with the gimbal, and hopefully it's been feeling pretty steady and not all over the place. So Jenna, is he at New Orleans? It's not open yet, unfortunately. Should be opening up next month. Super excited. I'm definitely going to be getting over there as soon as possible as it opens to run. That's actually one of my favorite places to run. So this is the main lobby area. We do have some new people joining us. And right here at the main lobby, you have the running trail.
Pausing workout.
Kyle, be at Olivia's for breakfast in 30 minutes. Oh no. I don't know if I can run that fast while also streaming and talking at the same time. But if that's an invite, how about you get a table and I'll meet you in there.
Resuming workout.
Because I love Olivia's for breakfast. It is very good. We had breakfast there once with Taylor's family when they were staying here, so it is good. But yeah, hopefully the stream is pretty steady. Not super choppy, not bouncing all over the place. It does get a little difficult sometimes to hold the gimbal, and I switch arms a lot because it does get heavy. So and just in case you guys are wondering, let's pull up into the bus stop area here real quick. You guys can see that this has been around for a while, but all of the resorts still have their digital boards for you to see. So obviously Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach are closed, but all the rest of the resorts will have buses. Nothing's running to Epcot yet. We have seen Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom's been by. I haven't seen anything for Magic Kingdom yet, but that doesn't mean that it hasn't gone. I just wasn't paying attention. So Josh, make sure you stay hydrated. Yeah, so that's probably one thing that I have struggled with the most being out here and doing these runs so far is not really having the ability to stop and get anything to drink. But I mean, for 10K, I don't think that that's really that bad. I try to drink some water in the morning, and I always have a cup of coffee. And that seems to be enough to get me through until I get home, and then I can replenish all of my lost electrolytes, which really aren't that many for 10K, but you know, because at the same time, I'm not really running for a PR, so you know, I'm just kind of taking my time, even if it sounds like I'm out of breath, because I kind of am. It's difficult to run and speak and breathe all at the same time. Oh, sorry. See, I'm getting a little jittery there. So I'm trying to not do that to you guys. Who dat Dave? Do you think gimbals will get smaller in size soon? They certainly will. Oh, I'm at 5 miles already. And which is great. Maybe. Did something happen? Did this thing just jump? That doesn't seem right. I think my watch just jumped ahead of us. Anyways, gimbals are already pretty small. This one that I'm using we got this back in I want to say 2017, I think, is when we had gotten this gimbal. So it's old, but it is heavy duty. It's extremely durable. It's all metal. That's why I really like it. It's a Zhiyun crane. I think it's like their original crane. So you can look it up on Amazon. It's probably around $100 if they still have them. I think when it first came out, it was like $250. And, you know, so it's okay. It's heavy, but it's durable, and that's why I really like it. So there's smaller ones out there, but it seems like most of the ones that are made today are made out of kind of a cheaper plastic. They seem to break easily. I could definitely get an Osmo, the DJI brand. I know that those are much lighter than this, but you know, this thing's a workhorse, and it's reliable. So I don't know if I'll ever buy another one until I actually need to. So, and I think somebody else asked earlier what camera I was streaming on. I'm just using my iPhone, so nothing fancy here. Resort budgeting. Good morning, Josh. What resort are you at? Looks like Saratoga. You are close. We are at Old... I'll wait for them to go by. You're close. We're at Old Key West. So same resort area. And actually, if you go play golf over at LPV, the Lake Buena Vista Golf Course, which is at Saratoga Springs, it'll bring you through here to Old Key West. So... it's really amazing how big the property is. It's fairly large. And I think when you look at probably the property size in comparison to the amount of rooms, I think it's also probably pretty surprising to see that, you know, there's less rooms here compared to other resorts, because, again, I was saying earlier, this was their first Disney Vacation Club resort, and they really wanted to sell it well, and so they made the rooms very big compared to the industry standard. Now, that was obviously back in the 90s, but every resort after that, the rooms have been smaller to accommodate more rooms and a smaller footprint. So when you come here, you're getting a better value for your money than you would be getting, you know, say maybe Saratoga Springs, or obviously Contemporary or something like that, you know, room size to the price point. But this is kind of out of the way of everything. You can only take a boat from here to Disney Springs. Everything else you have to do by bus. So keep that in mind as well when you think about the cost of staying here. So, and I feel like we're a little bit crooked again. Whew. David, the iPhone and your gimbal are working great. Wish I could visit USA. Who knows when the border will open up again? Yes. Sorry to hear that. I know we have some friends in the UK. We were really, really excited to see this year, especially with our group cruise in Alaska in July, and it just obviously wasn't going to happen, and they're still stuck in the UK, and now we won't be able to see them until at least 2022. So we feel for you. We do. We're missing friends all over the place. So do. All right. We're on our way back at about 5.5 miles, and I'm thinking that this trip back might put us up for our 10K, but we'll just have to wait and see. Whew. Yeah. Leafy Vlogs. Miss you guys. So 10K is 6.2. So we're almost done. We're at about 5.5. Resort budgeting. Thank you. Thanks for letting us know you didn't get a notification. It might be because it's a scheduled live stream. I don't know. So I try to schedule them in advance so that once I get here, I can just kind of hit stream and boom, go. Doesn't always work that way, but whew. We try. Jason, looks so nice to see the palm trees. It's -2 here in Minnesota. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty gross. That is pretty gnarly. Not something that I want to deal with. That's for sure. A lot of our family up in PA this past week have gotten a ton of snow. I think it's been like almost a couple feet, which is crazy. Seems like it's been a really wild winter up there. But, we did have our cold spell this past week. Taylor and I were over at Universal, I was saying this earlier. It was a little disappointing for us because, we were just looking to relax at Cabana Bay over at Universal and hang out by the pool maybe. And it was just so cold we couldn't do it. And I don't mean like 40 degrees, like the other morning it was 32. So, which is exceptionally cold for Florida, especially in Central Florida. You might see that kind of up in the Panhandle further north, but a little odd for here. So, but we still made the most of it. We just had a relaxing time in the hotel room and went over and rode a couple attractions and made the most of it. So, whew. Nico, marathon coming up soon? No. Well, virtually half marathon for Princess is coming up, obviously, right? I know some people out there doing that, but like a real marathon, nothing in the works yet. I know I'm not actively participating in the virtual run for Star Wars, But even after Princess, we'll continue to do some 10Ks and stuff from around the parks, or not the parks, but the resorts. And probably for the half marathons, right, for Princess and Star Wars, we'll actually pick a place and run the entire half on property so that everybody at home who has to run, you know, if you're stuck up in the Northeast and you have to run on your treadmill, you can kind of follow along if you'd like. It's going to be probably earlier in the morning because, you know, here in Florida, we're trying to avoid the heat in the afternoon. So, Michelle, enjoy the rest of your day. Josh, thank you. Whew. Yeah, so over 100 people watching as some crazy guy just runs around the resorts. So I appreciate that, guys. We have under, if I could only just talk. If I only had a brain. Oftentimes it seems like I don't. We have just under half a mile to reach our 10K marker. So I watched Crazy run by there 3 times already. That's funny. Funny. Whew. You know, anybody who runs a lot, I think, may or may not agree with me on this, but the last, whatever, you know, if you're running a 10K, 15K, just those last, like, a couple hundreds of a mile, you know, like the last 2 tenths, so they're not hundreds. Oh boy, like you're like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? I keep looking at my watch, like, how much further do I have to go? How much further? How much further?
50
There's 6.
55 seconds. Distance 6 miles. Average pace 8:49 per mile.
Yeah, something's not right. I think my watch jumped. No way that we're running 8 miles, 8-minute miles here. So something must have happened with my GPS. So I guess we might be cutting it slightly short today. And I still need to go just a little bit further, so we're gonna run around the corner. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I'll tell you what, it was so much fun live streaming the marathon. You know, last year, 2020. And if you haven't watched, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but you know, the one most disappointing part was we had that stream going the whole way to the end. And then just as we're coming out of Epcot to the finish line, the video goes down because there's just too much, you know, cellular activity over there. And you can still hear the audio, but you can't see the visuals. But man, what a way to end the marathon back then. And as we come to our end for the 10K today, you know, I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you. It is more inspiring for me than you may know, because it does really help for me to get out here and do this and have everybody out there. Even if you're not saying anything and you're just watching, you know, I always really appreciate it. So we're here. This is it. This is Old Key West, main lobby area. The lobby is very, very small. It's over here to our left. And then Olivia's over here. They're doing some outdoor seating, as you guys can see. And when things get back to normal, this is where you would take the ferry to Saratoga Springs. So, man, it has been crazy, crazy day. Let me set you guys down for a second.
Pausing workout.
Workout complete. Whew. Oh boy. Emily, you're watching WandaVision. Definitely watching WandaVision. It's great. I was gonna say you're fast. Yeah, I don't know what happened. At some point it skipped somewhere, because we were doing about 11 minutes and then it went down to like 8. So I don't know what happened with my watch. But something happened. 9-minute average pace. So, I don't know. Well, we definitely won't use that for our 10K time for the princess, but thank you guys again for being here and watching and relaxing. Hopefully, you know, you've gotten to see a little bit more of Disney. Nice job. Must be time for a donut. I would love to have a donut right now. That sounds fantastic. I just watched that morning. It was fun and motivating going to Grand Flow and Magic Kingdom Walkway soon. Oh, awesome. That is probably where I might try to go to next week. So we'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah. Well, thank you guys. I'm going to go and head home and probably have some more coffee and some water and eat some breakfast. So I will see you guys all later. And, another shameless plug. Join us tonight. I know it's Saturday and it's going to be kind of late, but it's at 7:30. We're going to be making chicken and waffles from Magic Kingdom, and it's going to be really good. The cheeseburger egg rolls from last week were really good, so I have no doubts. We're making this from scratch. It's going to be good, so come hang out with us for a little bit. But see you guys tonight and in the next video, and, you know, all of those other really good things.